in etiquette, in lifestyle. Because we're not living in an era when everyone has come to the ashram from a cultural background. So we may have to even teach simple things. People should understand simple things. I mean, in the West, it's very common for people not to wash themselves with water after using the toilet. Right? We just use toilet paper. But from a Vedic point of view, it's considered unclean unless you've used water. A simple thing like that. I remember seeing in Boston many years ago, seeing a person who just walked into the toilet wearing his jeans and shirt. He went to use the toilet and came right out like that. So no question of even taking off the jeans, keeping it somewhere and going in a gumsha or something. It was some person. So even down to the basic things need to be taught. Even things like how to wash yourself. When you come out from the toilet, how do you wash your hands? First, you wash yourself only with the left hand, not with the right. Then you open the tap with your right hand, not with the left hand. Don't touch your left hand to anything. Then take the soap, rub it with your right hand. When the tap is on, then rub your right and left hand together. Wash it. That's the way to do it. So down to the simple things in life, down to the more deeper things about attitudes and, things need to be trained. So when there's training, the possibility of conflicts and disagreements automatically declines. So when our training of gross behavior is complete, then next is the training and the attitudes. And the training there is required too. Now we come to the spiritual part. How we should be humble, how we should see Krishna's hand in everything, and so many things like that. So by a combination of training at the gross level and the subtle level and the spiritual level, the possibilities of such things are reduced significantly. And that's really the crux of the matter. We have constant discussions and training for all the brahmacharis and other devotees, how to do things.
So ideally we should have, perhaps like in all ashrams, we should have a structured training program simultaneously to the
Yes.
preaching.
Yes. Even simple things like somebody, your footwear, you come there, you find somebody has taken it and gone away. Because somebody else wanted to use it, he was lazy, he didn't want to get it. Or maybe somebody else took it, so he took somebody else's. Go out, causes inconvenience, and causes a quarrel. Simple things even. And down to the other things of attitudes, of tolerance, of not my way or highway, attitudinal training, spiritual training. All these things, training in all these different aspects will help us to live together nicely.
How do we service? There are different ways, different levels of service you can do, and service in the mode of passion is fruitive. If we're serving prasada and we say a little bit like that, it's fruitive. And if we do our service, but it's out of duty, then it's more and more goodness. But then the transcendental is the Christ Krishna. It's the goal of life. So how can we? Should the devotee be thinking, I'd like to distribute this many books, or I'd like to distribute these books to please Manishwar, or
Yes, that's the idea. That's the spirit of doing it. That's how it should be. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says there are different motivations for doing work. The first is fear. Out of fear. If I don't distribute, then, what will others think about me? What will they say? Or whatever else may be the fear. Slightly higher than that is reward. I want to be recognized as the best book distributor. I'll get a medal, or I'll get a free trip to India, whatever. Then higher than that is duty. I'm doing it out of a sense of duty. Like it or don't like it, but I have to do it. It's my duty as a brahmachari, as a devotee. I must do this. And the highest of all is love. When I do it out of love. With a desire to only please Krishna and the Vaishnavas. Right? So fear, reward, duty, love. That's the hierarchy in terms of motivation for action. Where do we want to be situated? Love. But at least a duty. Right? If not love. Yes.
Sometimes we may feel that we're trying very hard to act appropriately in the temple towards the ladies who live in the temple, visit the temple. And we may feel that the ladies who live here, although we're trying to act appropriately, they're not acting appropriately. And we may feel like voicing our opinion to the other brahmacharis, sometimes maybe, slightly kind of showing something unease, which kind of has a leading towards criticism, like, why don't they do like this, or I don't think it's very good that they do such and such. What are the dangers of talking in that way?
Well, the better thing to do is to see that some of the temple can arrange training, not just for the brahmacharis, even for the ladies. As I said, everyone needs training. A to Z. Everyone. Then these problems will reduce. Training will significantly reduce many of our problems. Training at all levels. Right? Yes? Okay, last question. Thanks.
Sorry, I don't want to be biased, but finally, at last, I got the clarification on this important question. But just one final tip. You said that this impersonalists emerge into this impersonal aspect. For a spiritually weak person, the whole idea that I should stop enjoying myself and serve somebody, serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is already quite a difficult thing, if not to say intolerable. So how to explain that what we're actually looking for is not to find a place when you will actually enjoy it, rather than to keep on serving eternally. So how
because
can you
that
explain this
service brings you the greatest joy. That's the point. The happiness of devotional service is far greater than any other happiness. It's the ultimate happiness. It's eternal bliss. So that is the carrot that's dangled in front of us, which is a fact. We get that carrot at the end. Eternal spiritual bliss, ever increasing bliss. Do you want it?
For sure.
Yes. So do I. And so do all of us. Yeah. All living entities are looking for it. So we have to follow Srila Prabhupada's instructions nicely and make our life perfect. And we can relish the transcendental bliss also one day. Even now we get glimpses of that. Right?
Yeah.
You get it sometimes?
Oh, yes.